Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Zero Excuses podcast. My name is Kenyon. Thank you for tuning in. We're actually changing things up just a little bit here this month. I've been really enjoying doing my short shows, doing these solo shows kind of off the cuff, and just speaking whatever's on my mind here. And don't get me wrong, I've loved doing the Deacons of Discipline series. I'm going to still probably do those once a week here. But last month we kind of stuck around a general topic of planning, and I really thought that resonated well with you guys, and I'm going to continue to do that each month here. And this month what I wanted to do was brilliant on the basics. This is a term, again, I borrow a lot of terms and things from my military career because that resonates with me, and it's what I know, and I feel that I could speak effectively and break it down for you guys effectively if I use something that resonates with me, quite frankly. But the reason I want to cover some basics here, I think that when we are going after our goals, when we're trying to get those results, we're looking for these shortcuts. We're looking for these diet pills or these hacks that we want to implement so that we can get our results as quickly as possible with the least effort. And while I appreciate that, and I don't think that we should be chasing after our goals, doing it the hard way for no good reason. But if you look at athletes, for example, basketball players, what do the great ones do? They practice dribbling every single day. That if they're sitting around, nothing else better to do, they'll pick up a ball and start dribbling. Or a quarterback will just throw passes. Get that basic repetition down and get that muscle memory going. That's what I encourage you guys to do here with the theme we're going to be covering this month. Get brilliant on the basics. There's so many people that want to lose weight, that want to have that energy, that drive, that ambition, and they wonder how they can do it. Well, there's some basic things we can do with our nutrition, our hydration, our breathing, our sleeping, real basic things that we can improve right here, right now, that we don't have right. And if we don't have these things right, we don't have any hope of improving those areas of our lives. So those are some quick examples I wanted to give here to kind of frame this up for this month. I'm going to be breaking down some of the basic things that I think that we need to master in 4 areas of my life that I choose to focus on. That's my health, my wealth, my relationships, and time management. And I thought we would kick things off here this week with health, and today start off with nutrition. I think this is something that a ton of people overcomplicate, and that our modern fast-paced society has really clouded our viewpoint on what we should or shouldn't be eating. And I've got 4 very simple principles that I like to apply to my nutrition strategy, if you will. And I'm not going to try and pretend that I'm some sort of nutritional expert. These are just 4 things that I've observed, things that work for me. Certainly, you need to be the judge yourself on whether this is going to work for you or not. But I think these are pretty universal, if you ask me. So here they are. Number 1, the less processed, the better. Our modern need for food now, things that are easy, we need to throw it in the microwave, that has really brought a lot of processed chemicals into our foods, and the fresher the better. If you can walk outside and pick it out of a garden and eat it right now, if you ask me, that's the way to go. My second principle is we don't need to eat as much meat as we are led to believe. I like to apply the rule of thumb: less but higher quality meat, and locally farmed, not heavily preserved, and even going so far as to eat wild game. My third principle kind of goes along with number 2 here, but pay attention to the quality of the food that your food eats. And that not only goes for animals, that also goes for the vegetables and fruits that you eat too. So if you're getting foods from heavily chemically engineered soils, and not to mention the pesticides that go along with that, all that stuff is going to enter your body, and who knows what havoc they're going to wreak on your body. But this also kind of circles back to my first point, and the less processed and the less preserved, the better the food is going to be for you. And my fourth principle is do your homework, but figure out what works best for you nutrition-wise. We all spend so much time figuring out what the next fad diet is, what supplements we need to take, where we don't take the time to take a step back and analyze what foods react well for us, what foods don't react well for us. Because at the end of the day, what works for you isn't going to quite work for me, and what works for me might not work for you. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are my 4 key principles that I like to apply to my nutrition strategy. Again, those are less processed, the better. We don't need as much meat as we're led to believe. Pay attention to the quality of food that your food is consuming. And 4, we're all different, so figure out what works for you. But the bottom line here, guys, is I can hear a lot of you guys out there using the excuse, oh, I can't afford that kind of food, or that food is so expensive, I don't want to spend that kind of money. But if you want to invest a little now in your health, it's going to pay dividends later. And you're going to feel so much better. You're going to be able to accomplish so much more if your health is in order for the long term, and you don't have these crashes and burns. You're not having to use all these energy drinks and pumping yourself full of crazy chemicals to keep yourself going. All right, we'll wrap it up there for now, guys. We'll continue our discussion throughout the week here, but I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to, if you haven't already, join our closed Facebook group over at facebook.com/groups/0excuses. And if you're looking to take these discussions that we're having either in the closed Facebook group or right here on the podcast to the next level, there's a couple different ways that you can do that. First is our Infinite Results Mastermind group. You can check out the details for that over at kenyonziska.com/results. Or if you need that supreme amount of accountability and that one-on-one attention, I also have an exclusive one-on-one discipline coaching program. You can apply for that at kenyonziska.com/discipline. There's a short application survey form that you fill out, and you'll also have the opportunity to schedule a hour-long one-on-one discussion to see if we're a good fit, and to also go over some ways that you can change your life for the better and implement some discipline into your life. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review on iTunes. It helps get the word out about what we have going on here, and it's helped the show grow exponentially, and I appreciate everyone who has taken time out to leave us a rating and review. Thanks again, guys. I will talk with you again soon.